The compound that we isolated, 1964, tetrahydrocannabinol, THC, has been looked into in great depth. And indeed, for the next 20 years, people got to know a lot about the chemistry, a lot about the clinical effects, a lot about the biochemistry of THC. One thing was still unknown 20 years later. I mean, I'm speaking now of 1964 till the mid-80s. Nothing was known about the mechanism. How does THC act in the body?
Initially, it was believed that THC behaved like a regular analgesic, which interacts with the membranes of the human cell. But later, it was discovered that THC binds to specific kinds of receptors, called CB1 and CB2, which are most abundant in the brain and spinal medulla.
The receptors are highlighted in what color?
In bright red. Well, any color that you
right.
see, there are receptors.
Uh-huh.
And red is the really dense areas. And you can see there's a lot of red and yellow. Green and blue are the really not dense areas where there are not many receptors in our brain.
So they really are everywhere?
Yes, yes. Yeah. In fact, they're the densest receptors, one of the densest receptors in the brain, most populated throughout the entire brain.
Once these receptors were discovered, scientists came to the conclusion that the human body must already produce something similar to THC on its own.
Now, receptors are not built in our brain or anywhere in our body, of course, or animal bodies, because there is a plant out there that will produce a compound that acts on them. That just doesn't work that way. Receptors are found in our body because we produce compound that will activate those receptors. So obviously we thought that there should be endogenous compounds which act on those receptors. The fact that there is a plant compound, the tetrahydrocannabinol, the THC, which acts on those receptors, is just a quirk of nature.
Later, scientists discovered that besides THC, there was a whole host of chemical compounds created inside the human body, which are almost identical to those produced by the cannabis plant. Because of their similarity, they were christened endocannabinoids.